That is such an incredible sound. Today I am bringing you this 2007 Subaru WRX STi. It's pretty common understanding that most people find these cars, especially the Hawkeye and the Blobeye, pretty legendary on the internet. It's a very, very well-renowned car. I mean, from the look of the car to the colors of the car that were offered with this, from the giant hood scoop to the rear wing to the sound, I mean, just to all the different sounds that it makes, this car is just iconic, and it's so set apart from everything else in comparison to it. As you can tell, this car is actually modified. Now, it is a 2007. These actually are known for blowing up, and usually that is a common, it's not really a joke, it's kind of commonly known that Subarus blow up. Well, this one actually has. This one has actually been rebuilt. It's got an external wastegate, which is probably one of my favorite parts about this car because it just sounds absolutely incredible. It has the stock turbo, but it does have a built motor, and then it does have an intake, has a full exhaust, and it sounds incredible. Along with beautiful turbo noises. Subaru has one of the most incredible all-wheel drive platforms out there known to us. Now, this car has stock suspension, it's got stock tires, stock wheels, everything like that, but power is really where this one shines. People are staring, it's so great. The sound is just nuts. Hearing that wastegate just open up, it just sounds so cool. Now, it's funny because I am used to driving mine. My Subaru STi has performance tires, it's got sway bars, it's got control arms, coilovers, so I'm used to one that's a lot more corner oriented. So it's nice to kind of go back and see the characteristic of this car from factory, especially like fully factory suspension, everything. I love these cars, but even with mine, one thing that I don't like about Subarus in general is their high center of gravity. You sit up very high and it's noticeable. Initially, they were designed for rallying, and that is very helpful when it comes to rallying. However, in road racing, it kind of sucks that it has such a high center of gravity, but it's really not that bad. And also, with the all-wheel drive platform that it has, it is a wonderful all-wheel drive platform. Oop, had a heel toe right there. And it's a wonderful all-wheel drive platform, but it's very, very, especially with these stock tires, very understeerish. Yep, there's the understeer. All right, I am gonna have to turn around or I am gonna go into a lake. Let's not do that. Subarus are meant for off-roading, not underwatering. This is not a Scubaroo. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do a first gear pull to see, I'm gonna do a pull on this car, so I don't wanna use launch control, I'm just gonna go ahead and roll out. Tires actually broke loose a little bit. Oh man. So this car does actually have a boost gauge. It's looking like, with the external wastegate, it looks like it very, very consistently peaks at about 14 pounds of boost. But when you have an external wastegate like this, 14 pounds of boost can actually go a long way. It just drives so smoothly, man. It's so easy, and I love the pedal placement on these cars. And I'm understeering. There it goes. I could literally just sit here and listen to this external wastegate all day long. So yeah, this car does make a little over 300 horsepower. That's pretty much about as much as the stock motor will actually allow. I mean, these motors really do not know how to handle a lot naturally, and it kind of sucks. But you know, the car just sounds incredible, and that's one of the reasons why Subarus are well known too, because their flat 4 turbocharged boxer engines make just the craziest and most awesome sounds out there. I can't really say that I am a fan of the handling from factory. Like I said, I drive a 2008 STi, it's a hatchback, and I know full well that these cars can handle, but from the factory, these cars are not cornering beasts. Like these cars, if you are not careful, you will understeer straight into a wall with this car. The best way I can describe a Subaru is, it's kind of just like a teenage girl. It's gonna go whatever way it wants to go, no matter what actually happens to it, no matter how much it actually hurts her. And it's very unstable, and at any time they can emotionally crack and break. But at the same time, well, I did say teenage girl, so I'm not going to say attractive. Relatively speaking, these cars are somewhat expensive. They're really not that much money. Now, for what they are, a lot of people argue, oh, it's a turbo 4-cylinder. They shouldn't be as much as they are. Well, that's arguable because, you know, there's a lot of technology that goes into these cars. Now, I'm not really arguing for it. I do think these cars are mildly overpriced for what they are, but for what this car is designed for, this car does have a lot of just incredible aspects to it. In regards to the cost of the car, a lot of people complain about what you get for the price of this car. Yes, the interiors are very bland, especially on this model actually. Now, I like the stitching and I like the seats and stuff like that. They're pretty good. The seats could be better from the factory. It's very cheap and it's very plasticky. I mean, that's probably the best word I can describe it as. Like, these are not nice interiors, and it's really not that big of a deal. You know, if you're not picky about that, then that's fine. Another thing is Subarus are very well known for rattling. Because there's so much plastic, it just rattles everywhere. It's pretty bare bones, and you do get what you pay for. Just a lot of people, I don't think, realize what they're paying for. Because a lot of people think that they're straight line, just street racing machines, and they're absolutely not. This chassis is truly almost unbeatable. The GD and the GC are probably the two best chassis, but the GD is really, in my opinion, is one of the best chassis out there. Because with the GR, there's a lot of issues in a lot of places that a lot of people don't understand. With this car, it's a very solid chassis and has a lot of potential. Now, granted, a lot of other chassis do as well, but this chassis in specific is such a wonderful car, and it is almost unbeatable in terms of just all-around performance. It's not the fastest car in the world, but it makes you happy to drive it, and I think it's just because of how solid it is and because of just how iconic this specific car really is, it really is almost unbeatable. I have had a lot of fun driving this car today. I do want to thank you guys so incredibly much for watching this video. I'm going to roll down these windows and I'm going to enjoy that sound. If you guys have not already hit that subscribe button, hit subscribe, and I will see you guys next video. Peace out. I don't really know what's down this road. I literally could do that all day. I could sit here and literally do that. I don't know.